Shalom, Yashrala. This your brother Dawudah, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here lesson dealing with basically, the spirit has, a lot of lessons are coming out about these women and things like that. That's just the spirit, because it's been on, a lot of brothers' spirits and things like that. And also, for you that listen and things like that, you may be having trouble in the flesh, having trouble with your wife, having trouble, you might be coming into this truth, having trouble finding women or whatever, whatnot, or you finding out that, maybe the woman that you with may be wicked or whatever, whatnot, So I just want to, touch on this here lesson to, bring comfort to some of you brothers out there that's dealing with your women, your wives and things like that. And, pretty much also you women as well, too, and, basically to give you some edification and some understanding of certain of these things, because a lot of times, when we speak on certain topics and certain things could be taken out of perspective and people just think certain things. Like one of the big things about, the men of the Lord and, with these women is the women think that we hate our women. All right. Or they think that we despise women. We're against women. We don't condone you having women. They think that all kind of things like this, but this is not the case. All right. Just like, when we talking about women and your wives and stuff like that, this is talking about more or less like a partner in life or something like that, sometimes, and it goes into sexual partners. All right. But let's just take that out of the picture for a second. All right. So for these women that think that, we don't love our women and things like that, because we always down in them. It's not that. We don't like any of our people in a 2/3 state of mind or in a, that wicked state or that wicked being, whether it be our mother, our father, our children, our brother, our sister, or, just, other Israelites that we know, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you see the men of the Lord and they riding through the hood, you know what I'm saying? They seeing Ray them on the block selling dope and shit like that. We don't like that. You see what I'm saying? The same way when we see our women walking around, you know what I'm saying? Some booty shorts on, their ass cheeks hanging all out, we're going to call that out, the same way, about 90% of the things that we talk about when we getting on to people, it's our own people, but more or less is dealing with our men. All right. It's just that our women, they hear certain things when we bring them up to a topic, and then they get offended by it because they're dealing with their emotions. All right. Like the scriptures say, deal with your wife as the weaker vessel. All right. What does that mean? Not necessarily. She is a weaker physical person, but she's the weaker vessel because she's emotional. She's dealing with emotions and things like that. All right. You deal with things logically. All right. This is the difference between a man and a woman. This is going to bring in that balance. That's why, dealing, you have a mom and a dad, and then you have a child, right? The child might do something, and then the dad go in there to discipline the child. The mom might, start having feelings or whatever, whatnot. And she's like, oh, don't be so hard on the child, whatever, whatnot. The father's thinking logically, I need to discipline my child so they don't continuously go off. All right. And then also on the flip side, the mom is like, oh, you're going to hurt him or whatever, whatnot. So she's dealing with emotions while the father's dealing with logic. All right. So you have to deal with your woman as the weaker vessel because she's just basically dealing off of emotions. You get a flat tire, you have a man and a woman in a scenario, right? You have they both get a flat tire in the rain or whatever, whatnot. Maybe they riding together. They get a flat tire. The woman would think in her mind, we're going to just call somebody. We're going to wait around. It's raining outside. I ain't trying to get wet, whatever, whatnot. But the man is like, you know what? It's raining outside. I don't want to get wet. This and that. But fuck it. I know what I got to do. I got to take care of the business. You know what I'm saying? So we thinking logically, shit, the tire not going to fix itself, just because it's raining. You know what I'm saying? We're going to just be sitting out here stranded. We got to, I got to do something, even though that emotionally I don't want to do this. I don't feel like getting outside and getting wet. But, nevertheless, we got to, how do I say, maintain, or we got to continue on. So you have to understand these dynamics between you and your woman, and you have to be able to deal with her accordingly. She's going to always be emotional, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with things emotional. So you have to understand that, just like dealing with a child, sometimes you're dealing with a young child and you tell them, look, go get your dinner, eat all your food. You can't eat no candy. I'm hungry. You want to eat some candy. The kid want to eat candy because he's dealing with what? His emotions. He's thinking about what he want to think, what he think is good for him. He's not thinking logically, you can't tell a child that he can't eat, chocolate chip cookies every day and be healthy. He ain't going to understand that. You can't tell a child he can't have Jolly Ranchers every day and that's going to be healthy. He ain't going to understand that because why? He's dealing with emotions, all right? Because he's just a child. He's not built up, trained up logically yet, all right? So like the same with the woman, even though you know better, all right, yeah, I ain't saying that I don't love you because I'm trying to feed you your vegetables and shit instead of that candy. Nah, son, you need to eat your vegetables. Fuck that candy shit. It's not that I don't love you. I know you dealing with emotions and I'm dealing logically. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the logic is going to way outdo the emotions. All right, so this is what you have to do when you're dealing with the weaker vessel with your wife. You know, sometimes y'all get into arguments and things like that, you know, and then sometimes you just have to understand, hey, man, she a woman, man. She's not going to necessarily understand this logically. She's not coming at this from a logical standpoint, you know? So you have to understand that, you know? And not to, how do I say? You know, some women will take that as, oh, we putting women down. What's the difference? This and that. This is where we have all of our problems at. Again, that's going into your emotions. See, we're not saying that, you know, well, the scriptures do say, you know, you are the weaker vessel, so on and so forth. But it's not in the sense that, you know, when we say women should be in subjection, they think of, oh, we need to, you know, have our women on chains and shit like that. She locked down in a dungeon. She can't do nothing because she in subjection under her man. That's not what that shit is talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But nevertheless, you know, more or less going into order. You know, they need to be as one. You got a head. You know, it's just like when you at work. Men, we practice this all the time. So for women to come out and say any of these things, it's kind of a backwards thing because us as men, we do the same thing. We have to listen to another man. When we go to our job, you know what I'm saying? We might not, you know, let's just say, you know, men working at, let's say, Subway or Burger King, right? You know, some men like, man, I don't want to wear this stupid ass looking visor, whatever, whatnot. But they understand it. Like, you know what? This is my boss. And if I got to get through this to get this here paycheck to get the shit that I need, I'm going to wear this shit. All right. You know what I'm saying? We in subjection under our boss. That's not saying that our boss, because our boss have us in subjection and we under his rulership and things like that, that the boss is going to be like, you know what? Go to your bank account, take all your money out and give it to me because I said so. That would be a bad boss. A man would logically be like, you know what? This guy don't have my best interest. Let me get the fuck from around him. All right. The same way with you women. Yeah, you can have some unruly men. All right. Some men that's not men of the Lord that's out there be like, you know what? I'm your man. You're supposed to be in subjection to me. Go out there and go sell your pussy. You know, we're not promoting no men like that. That's not what we talking about. All right. The men of the Lord, they're not going to put you in no fucked up situation like that. You know, especially speaking on that situation. All right. We already know, you know, keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability. We know that there's not supposed to be no whores amongst the daughters of Zion. All right. We're not going to send our women out there to be whores and prostitutes like that. Not no righteous man of the Lord. All right. So you have to take that in context when the scriptures talk about you women need to be in subjection under your man. All right. Because first and foremost, we're talking about a man of the Lord. All right. Now, if you got Ray down the block who trying to tell you to go out there and sell your pussy so he can go get some new 26s on his damn car, that's the wicked ass nigga that, you know, that you with. And 9 times out of 10, our women are with these same ass niggas that be doing that type of shit. But then they talk down to us, talking about some, oh, you need to be in subjection or whatever, whatnot. You know, but they out there with the drug dealer. The boyfriend has got her doing all these scams or whatever, whatnot. He ain't catching no cases. She the one catching the cases. You see what I'm saying? So you have to take these things into context and understand that, you know, this is a situation that we in that we have to work to maintain. All right. And one more important thing about this whole thing is what? We are under these curses. All right. So for all you men out there who's having problems with these women out there, all right, you got to understand that all these women under these goddamn curses, man, they all going the fuck off. All right. Even if they in some kind of righteousness, they going to go off because they under curses. All right. And vice versa. For all you women out there that's looking for these righteous men, you have to understand that all these men out here is wicked as fuck, man. They all going off. Even the men of the Lord, you know, they stumble and they go off sometimes too. So you're not going to find no perfect righteous man or no perfect righteous woman in this here society on this here side. All right. We have to wait until the Lord come and redeem us. Let me grab that before I start off into this here lesson. We have to wait for the Lord to redeem us. All right. This is Isaiah 60:21. It says, thy people shall be all righteous. All right. That's really the point I just want to get at. It says, thy people shall be all righteous. All right. When the Lord come and put his law, statutes, commandments in us, we're going to be all righteous. All right. For you men out there, you ain't gonna have to worry about your woman out there trying to sell a box on the side or out here cheating on you or whatever, whatnot like that. You know what I'm saying? Going around doing whatever, whatnot, telling her homegirls about y'all and what y'all got going on. All right. And for you women out there, you ain't got to worry about your man trying to get you to go do some fucked up ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Or just whatever kind of crazy shit. Not necessarily crazy shit according to your mind, because, you know, some of you women out there, like, you would think it'd be crazy if your man asked you to cook him some dinner. That nigga crazy. He want me to be serving him. You see what I'm saying? But wait a minute. He's serving you without question. You know what I'm saying? You don't, you know, you staying with your man or whatever, whatnot. You're not asking him, you going to pay the bills this month, right? You going to make sure that this shit and that shit is okay, right? You don't hear no women checking their man like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the flip side, women get mad when men start asking them like, yo, Where the dinner at? Why I gotta be making you dinner? Like, bitch, you ain't asking about why I'm paying these bills at the house or whatever, whatnot. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand these things. We all kind of going off. We all kind of wicked, all right? But nevertheless, we're gonna deal with the righteous men and the righteous women, the one that's trying to be righteous, all right? Not talking about the 2/3 out there, you know. You got Shaquita out there, got a big ass butterfly tattoo on her ass cheeks out there, making it clap on the goddamn strip club pole at the stripper bowl. You know what I'm saying? She got her daughter and her niece out there showing her daughter how to twerk and shit. We're not talking about Sharkeisha and them out there. And we're not talking about Ray down the block that's got 4 or 5 bitches that's got them out there selling pussy and shit so he can go get some new rims on his goddamn car that his other side bitch bought. We're not talking about them. But we dealing with, basically, like I said, you righteous men and you righteous women that's out here trying. You men of the Lord that's out here trying, and you doing what the Lord is requiring, but you finding out that you keep stumbling across these women and they all wicked, or you finding out that you can't so-called find a woman, or you can't find a so-called righteous woman that you think according to these here scriptures, and these things are kind of bugging you out, or vice versa. You women that's coming into this here truth, you know what I'm saying? You saying you want a man of the Lord or whatever, whatnot, but then you have these these little stumbling blocks or whatever, whatnot, or you don't know whether or not you need you women, you do definitely need a man of the Lord, because this is how you're going to wind up catching your salvation. All right. Like the scriptures say, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. All right. So you're going to need, your man in that day, and you're going to need to stick by your man. All right. And again, this isn't a so-called, a lot of you women will take this sexist, as a so-called sexist speech or misogynistic speech or whatever, whatnot. But again, think logically. What does the Most High call us men, the men of the Lord? He calls us his wife, basically, his woman. So just like how we telling you, or how the scripture tell you that we are your head, you are in subjection unto us. Hey man, the Most High put everything in subjection under Yahweh. So what? We got to bow down and be in subjection under him, man. You see what I'm saying? This is just the order of things, and he has to bow down and be in subjection unto our Father. All right. So there's a whole order of things. So for you women who think, that just sound misogynistic, that we got to be up under a man. How do you think a man feel when he got to go to work and be under another man? All right. We all on an equal playing field as men to men. All right. The same shit he got is the same shit that I got. But how come I got to be in subjection under him and I got to take that? Every day I got to go to work. Not only that, I got to be in subjection under my goddamn enemy, my slave master. You women, you in subjection under your man. The man is supposed to love you. You're supposed to love him. The father of your child, the one who gave you child, the one who put seed into you. You in subjection under him, the person that love you. Like how we in subjection under Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. We not mad about that. He love us. He gave us everything we got. Why would we be mad about that? That's just like a kid growing up, his parents give him everything that he need. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily spoiling him, rotting him. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, he providing him all the good shit that he need. Good life, good education, good environment, this and that. You in subjection under that parent, but what? You not complaining because you got all the shit that you need. You're not like one of those parents who, again, the parents still in subjection over their child because that's their child. But you ain't one of these parents who's out here like these mamas who's selling their daughters over to their boyfriend to keep the man in the house or whatever, whatnot. Homeboy touching on their daughter, whatever. Nah, we ain't them type of parents. We the type of parents that's like, all right, son, you need to eat your vegetables. You need to be in bed on time. You don't need to be staying up all night. You don't need to be on a computer. You're in subjection under us. But what? As a parent, we trying to see the best for your growth. All right. The same with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. We as the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And ultimately all the men of Israel, we in subjection under Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And you women, you're supposed to be in subjection under your man. All right. Like I said, the way for you women to be saved, you're going to have to get up under one of these men of the Lord. All right. More, rather, sooner than later, because like I say, and that's that day when 7 women going to take hold of one man. You don't want to be trying to find a man of the Lord and be accepted by a man of the Lord in the day of that calamity. Just like how the Lord said, you don't want to, seek the Lord while he may be found. You don't want to be calling on the Lord in the middle of your calamities and shit. You don't need to be trying to get straight with the Lord when motherfuckers is hunting you down and you in the corner and you got a whole bunch of military men around searching your fucking apartment looking for you. Now you want to get on your knees and go try to meet the Lord and try to get right with the Lord. You don't want to wait till that time, man. You want to, seek the Lord early while he may be found, while it's still peace in the land, while while the day is still up. You don't want to try to go look for that oil, all right, after the store done closed and shit. You want to go be at the store early. As soon as the store open, make sure you first in line. Yeah, the store going to be open for 8 to 12 hours throughout the day, but you don't know how many people going to come through the store and get all the oil. You might go, when they still got 2 hours left when the store open, but all the oil is gone, all right? You want to wait. You want to be the, an early bird in the line. Make sure you get a good rapport and a good relationship with the store owner. Like I'm making this here metaphor for you women, you know, you want to seek, you know what I'm saying, seek the Lord and seek these men of the Lord and try to get, you know, your hedge and your covering from these men early while the days and the calamities ain't quite here yet. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in the middle of Jacob's trouble running around and trying to seek a man of the Lord like that, because he might just turn you down in that day. Like, look, bitch, I mean, you wasn't with me the whole time. Why would I want to try to sit here and risk my life trying to save your ass? I don't know you like that. Or I do know you like that. You ain't want to give me the time of day the whole time when you was up and everything was all good for you. Now everything is falling down on your ass and everything is going good for me. Now you want to be a part of me now. You didn't want me back then. Now look, you know what I'm saying? Or you got a wife right now, you know what I'm saying? She giving you all these troubles. This is a warning for you women, man. Especially if you got a man of the Lord. You don't want to be turning your back on him, giving him these troubles or trouble in the flesh, making him stumble and things like this, because of why? In that day, this is going to be your hedge and your safety. Just like us men of the Lord, we don't want to be out here pissing Yahweh Bashim Yahushai off. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be over here keeping the law, statutes, commandments, calling ourselves Israelites, but we over here eating pork sandwiches and shit, praying over our food. You know, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Lord bless this here pork sandwich I'm finna eat. Fuck nah. And then expect for him to protect us in that day, man. What kind of shit is that? You hear how I'm saying about this shit. It's just a bugged out even thought in my mind to say that. So that should be a bugged out thought in you women's mind over here cussing your man out of shit. Why you always spending time with the brother and shit? Why you always spending time making them videos? Why you always spending time with the Lord? Because listen, that's gonna be our hedge in that day, man. You can't be fucking up the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, bitch. You like this big ass house we living in. You like this nice ass fucking car in the driveway. I can't be going to work cussing out my boss because this nigga's the one that's writing my paycheck. I got to be nice to him. I got to be in subjection under him. I got to do what my boss tell me to do if you like getting these goddamn paychecks. But if you don't give a fuck about all this, fuck it, I'll go cuss my boss out and we can go be homeless with a cardboard box cut out sign saying, look, feed us. You see what I'm saying? But until then, we're going to have to be in subjection. We're going to have to be quiet. So the same thing. Hey, the same thing for you women, man. You got you a man of the Lord, you be in subjection under your man, man. Your man is under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, man, with all these damn demons coming on him because he's fighting for your salvation, his salvation, and for the salvation of the elect. The devil don't want to see that, so you don't want to be an extra burden or extra demon unto this here man, all right? And likewise, you men, all right? Especially if you as a man, you know, you probably wouldn't even be watching this if you not into this here truth, but your woman is righteous, you see what I'm saying? But you don't want to be a burdensome to her, especially if she actually done found a damn gold, you know, which... And that's an extreme case for a woman to be able to find the damn truth out, all right, and her man not to be in the damn truth, and she wanted to bring the truth to him. Now, there are accounts, and we're going to get an account like that, but there are accounts like that. But, man, if you're a man like that and your woman bring you to the truth, bro, you need to be humble as fuck because the Lord has had super mercy on your ass, man. All right, he done brought you into the truth from a woman because that's crazy. Not to say that, you know, a woman can't bring you into the truth, but for her to be righteous and you to be wicked and she brought you the truth, man, nah, man, because like the Lord said, hey, man, a man's gonna be a covering, in, you know, from the storm, from the tempest in that day, you know. A man gonna be a hiding place. A man gonna be more precious than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, the man is gonna be that hedge in that day. All right, in that day, 7 women gonna take hold of one man. So the man is gonna be the stronghold in that day for the woman. But you don't wind up catching salvation through your woman, you know. So for you men who have these righteous women and you hearing things like that, if you happen to come across this here video, man, she's actually, you know what I'm saying, in a righteous state, you know. She's being humble and things like that. But nevertheless, let me go ahead and go into some of these here examples that they give, because it's a whole, you know, how do I say, it's a whole chapter dedicated to, you know what I'm saying, dealing with your wives or dealing with your, how you say, husbands, or dealing with, you know, whether or not you should get a woman in this here truth. Because, you know, you have some men like, man, you know, hell, for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I don't really, you know, overall, deep down inside, you know, because it's all, you know, we was programmed like this to, you know, be fruitful and multiply and leave your family to go get a wife and children, raise kids and all these things. That's all written into us. So we, you know, at a certain age, we have a desire for this, to have a wife and children and a family and things like that. But what, you know, you have certain men, you know what I'm saying, where the Lord has put it in their mind, you know what I'm saying, to refrain from certain things like that for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Some men, you know, I can explain in my scenario, you know what I'm saying? I know that these things like that can become a distraction, you know? I might be wanting to spend more and more time with my woman and go out and go do this and go do that and so on and so forth, but that's a distraction to me when I need to be worried about my first love, you know? This here truth, all right? My original woman, my first woman, you know, Sophia, this here wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because ultimately that's going to wind up getting us saved, you know? For example, you know, yeah, you love your wife and everything like that. You want to spend all the time you can with her. You want to lay in the bed and cuddle up with your woman, But guess what? At a certain point in time, you got to get your ass up out of bed and make your make your way down to your job, go get that paycheck so y'all can continue to have that roof over y'all head. All right. You got to be, make sure she's not a distraction unto you, that you ain't laid up in the bed with her every day. You forget to go to work. You forget to pay the bills because you constantly taking your wife out. All right. That's the same reason why some men that's in this here truth, you know what I'm saying? They're not really worried or concerned about women because why? They don't want that as a distraction. All right. They don't want to fall about this here truth. All right. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right. The Lord will put that spirit on you if that's your case. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, hey, like I said, for me and myself, that's one of my weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? I know I'll probably be doing some shit like that, trying to please my woman or whatever, whatnot, or, certain shit like that, and it might turn into a distraction. So, to avoid falling out, you know what I'm saying, or losing this here truth in that day, especially when the Lord say, look, man, you about to have 7 women or a complete number of women, coming to you anyway, and knowing this here word and understanding what's going on and the things going on, like, yo, yeah, like when shit like the purge and shit like that happen, these women gonna be looking for that hedge. They gonna know that the minute the Lord was out there, they already watching you. Who you think they gonna flock to? They gonna see everybody else getting gunned down except for your ass. They gonna be flocking to you. So, hey man, I believe every word in this here scripture anyway. And plus, I don't even give a fuck. Really, ultimately, I don't give a fuck about having no woman on this side anyway. Because what? Not that I don't want no woman. I don't like women. I understand where we at. They're not gonna be fully righteous. You gonna have trouble in the flesh. And we almost up out of here anyway. We about to be into the kingdom of heaven, like we just read in Isaiah 60, man. All right, we're gonna all be righteous then. Then, yes, I love my women, but I love my women even more when they all in righteousness. When I can come home, I ain't got to hear them arguing and screaming about some petty ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Or some crazy shit, just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would rather be in that state. So if I can hold out for a little bit now, hey man, we're going to get our heart's desire. Like the scriptures say, what shall we have that gave up family, wives, land, children, all these different things. The Lord said he was going to give it back to us 100-fold. All right. So like I said, some of the men of the, not some of the men of the Lord, the men of the Lord that's in this here thing, they wholeheartedly believe in these here words. They understand those things. All right. Or you can have, the Lord could put his spirit on you to where you don't have a sexual desire. You're not like, man, I want some pussy, whatever, whatnot. Because again, this is built inside of us internally. We was designed like that. This is why men basically can have babies all the way up into their damn deathbed. The time, their biological clock stop ticking once they stop breathing, so they could be like 80, 90 years old, still getting hard, still popping women, still having babies. So really a man can keep going, all the way up to the end of his life. But what? The Lord can actually turn that desire off into you so you can focus on other things like that. All right. But some men, they might not be in that position. But nevertheless, let me go ahead and read this because, like I said, it's gonna all break itself down. All right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. All right. So starting at verse 1, it says, now concerning the things whereof you wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. All right. So again, this is what we're going into. Like I said, sometimes it's better for you not to even have no woman in this damn truth. All right. It says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife and let every woman have her own husband. All right. And to avoid fornication. Like I said, you could be in this here truth. All right. And you could be, trying not to deal with women, whatever, whatnot. But that might not be, you might not be strong enough to avoid not being with women all the damn time. All right. But what you shouldn't be, coming into this thing and your first priority is, Lord, let me find a woman. Let me, now we didn't became righteous. We know the righteous way of being an Israelite. Let me go find an Israelite woman who knows she in the truth. You know what I'm saying? And everything will be all good. No, it's not necessarily that simple, man. You see what I'm saying? We still in hell and we still under these curses and we still susceptible for these demons to get on us. So you have to be mindful of that. All right. So it's good for you rather not to even get a woman in this truth. You know what I'm saying? It's better for you to just stay single. But what if you can't bear, you know what I'm saying? If you got that, this might be your lot, you know what I'm saying? Where you always constantly looking at women. Damn, she look good. Damn, I'm trying to get with her, whatever, whatnot. It's best actually for you to have a woman to control your sexual desires because that first and foremost is going to be inside of you. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural. It's just like when you wake up in the morning and you get that morning wood or you see a woman with some provocative shit, you don't tell your dick, like, dick, get hard. Your dick automatically get hard because why? That's inside of you. You see what I'm saying? You see some shit, some woman taking her titties out and she bent all over. You see some ass cheeks. You're going to naturally get hard. You don't have to tell your dick to get hard. It's just natural. Why? Because we created like that. All right. But what if you like that, you can't control yourself and just be like, you know what? Fuck these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'd be like that. We go out to the highways and the byways, see all these damn women walking around, all loose titties and shit, all hanging out. Man, that shit is all attractive to a man because we just built like that. But what? For me, myself, I remind myself, man, these women is all wicked as fuck, all outdoors. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to be in the world fucking with all these nasty fucking bitches doing all this nasty horror shit. And you start putting that through your mind, I don't want to lay down with these fucking, trashy whores and shit. They walking around showing their whole damn bodies and shit like that all damn day long. Every day they picking up a new damn man. So sometimes you got to put that in your mind. You see what I'm saying? To keep you from that. But if you can't, you know what I'm saying? You might as well go ahead and go get you a woman. Because if you got you a woman and you getting them sexual desires, yeah, you might still be out on the highways and the byways and see these women, big booties and everything. But instead of you going home at the camp, you know what I'm saying, whatever, going out to the bar to go find you a bitch to go pipe down or whatever, whatnot, further getting distracted. You might as well go ahead and get you a woman. So when you come home, you got your woman, you can goddamn, you know, please in the bedroom, more or less to say. All right. Same with you women. For you women to stop jumping from rod to rod, what you ain't supposed to be doing anyway, you need to settle down with you one man. Get you one man. All right. If you can't abstain from having sex all the time, get you one man. And then you can get piped down every fucking night. That's one thing that our people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say there should not be a whore amongst the daughters of Zion, all right, of Israel. All right. But for you women, we understand we in this fucked up place here and we all fucked up. And a lot of you women has been brainwashed to be whores and shit like that. All right. Now, me speaking as a man, is nothing wrong with you women being fucking whores and dressing like whores and being all sluts and nasty and shit like that. The problem is when you want to do that shit outside the bedroom, outside of the privacy between you and your man. If you want to walk around with some goddamn boy shorts on with your booty cheeks all hanging out, clapping and twerking and shit, all of that shit is fine and dandy. I love that shit. I only want to see that shit in the bedroom, in the in the space of my bedroom. Let's say I got some kids and shit, right? And we live in the house. I don't want my wife walking around in the fucking house in some boy shorts and her ass cheeks hanging out, whether I got a son or a daughter with her. She don't need to be doing that. Now, if we ain't got no kids and it's just me and her in the house, that's fine and dandy. But hold up. We got kids around the house and these are our kids. You shouldn't be walking around our kids like this, let alone walking outside of our house like this. So other men are now looking at your booty cheeks and shit like that, first and foremost, causing other men to go off because, again, you walking past a righteous Israelite man and she got her booty cheeks hanging out. It's just nature. He gonna start looking at her, start lusting after, damn, she got some big ass booty cheeks, man. Hey, shit, if I get up in that, you know what I'm saying, what I would do, you already fornicating in your mind, man. So this is why it's good for you to either be married. You know what I'm saying? If that's the type of spirit that you have on you, you can't control that. It's just best for you to be married. You know what I'm saying? When you have them sexual desires, you just go back home to your wife and you know what I'm saying? You pound her out. Or for you women, it's just, you got so-called high sex drive. You just want to goddamn, get pounded out all the time. You can just go all night. You need to get you a man and have your man just pound your ass out every night. You can get as much dick as you want. You can get dick down like any of these goddamn whores in the street, day in, day out. But as long as it's your same one man. All right. The problem comes in when you getting dick down by everybody on the block, man. All right. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with you women being whores and all that, because really the Most High created it in you to basically be like a whore. All right. You have a bigger sex drive than us men. All right. Because why? The man is created, and he got a real big sex drive, but the Most High know how to create human beings first and foremost. He's not going to create a man with a huge fucking sex drive. And then you got a woman who can't even, handle all of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, hold up, that's just too much. You just way too much. You see what I'm saying? You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to pound this shit out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Damn, give up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he gonna give us our heart's desire. So if you know a man can go all the time, you know what I'm saying? He gonna just keep wanting to pipe some shit down. He gonna get that woman that ultimate sex drive. This is why sometimes you see, men being there piping this woman down to beat the shit all down, this and that. And half of this is coming from this wickedness that Esau done put on us. But anyway, you could be piping your bitch down in the bedroom for 2 hours straight. And then after all that, she wind up pulling out some toys or some shit. She's still getting off her. She want to fuck till the sun come up. Why? Because the Most High put it in her to please her man. All right. As long as he can go, she was designed to go to that same mile and that much more. All right. Because that's how it was designed. But nevertheless, again, you women, you was designed to be like that. All right. To fully fulfill your husband's sexual desires. So you was designed really to go, how the batteries go, they keep going and going and going and going, because your man have a high sex drive. The Most High created you to be able to supplement that man's high sex drive. So like I'm saying, if you want to be, it's kind of, you kind of created to be, in a sense, a whore, be having a whole lot of sex and be promiscuous and sexual appealing, but only to your one single man in the confines of your own privacy of your own home. The problem is when you showing everybody else all of this. You on the internet twerking for everybody else. You showing everybody else your booty cheeks and all that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that in the the space of your own bedroom. You know what I'm saying? You want to be twerking all on the stripper pole for your man in there, put on a private show for him, giving him lap dances in a room. That's fine, but everybody don't need to be knowing y'all business out in the street. All right. So let me continue on. It says, Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, all right? And let every woman have her own husband. So, yeah, sometimes you have these single men and these single women that's going out every night, just going to go For these men, they going out every night piping down whoever, going to the club, find a new bitch to pipe down. These women going to the club to find, some new guy to pipe them down. All right. If you in that type of state, you just need to go find you somebody to be with. All right. Y'all can fuck each other brains out throughout the whole goddamn night from there. And there's nothing going off with that. All right. If that's your man and your woman, your husband and your wife, there's nothing wrong with y'all having all kind of crazy sex. Well, lawfully. You ain't supposed to be doing no sodomite shit. You ain't supposed to be having no goddamn orgies and shit. Two men piping down one bitch. You ain't supposed to be having no shit like that. But anything consensual between a man and a woman righteously within sex, and y'all can be doing that shit all night long. That's what you was created for. It's a commandment to be fruitful and multiply. How do you be fruitful and multiply? You got to have sex. All right. So that's created in us. All right. So again, some of you women, well, what if we want to go out and be like men and they can go have sex with everybody that they want? You can too, but you just need to be doing it with the same one man. All right. Let me continue on. It says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife. Let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto his wife due benevolence. What does that mean? Well, let me just keep reading. It says, let the husband render unto his wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto her husband. The wife have not power over her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband have not power over his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one another, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourself to fasting, prayer, and to come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your and basically not having sex. You know what I'm saying? You all horny and shit because your wife don't want to give you no. You see this with marriages. A woman might want to stop sleeping with her husband and so on and so forth. Now the husband is sneaking around with the secretary at the job because she young and horny, and she trying to get the husband some meat. And so now that's what happened. Or when these women, these men stop having sex with their wife, maybe they, you see a lot with these Edomite women, you know what I'm saying? They husband get all big and fat and they stop sleeping. The woman is not attracted to the man no more, and the man not having sex with his wife no more. So now the woman is going out getting piped down from Ray down the block and shit. You know what I'm saying? She gonna go get they got a scenario with this shit called these cucks. Where these Edomite men be having Jake plowing their women. You see what I'm saying? These are the type of shit that happens when you're not plowing your own wife, when you're not pleasing your own wife. So that's what the scripture says. It says, let the husband render unto his wife due benevolence. Like I was saying, man, the woman has a high sex drive to supplement her man's sex drive. She's built to last as long as her man can goddamn keep going. As long as he gonna keep going, she gonna be right there with him to keep up to the pace. That's how she was designed. All right. That's what it was for. That's why a man could go in there and break his woman back. You know what I'm saying? Breaking backs and knocking backs out and, hey, man, you busting guts and all that shit. And then at the end of it all, he be like, yo, bitch, turn over. I want some more. She be right there with him. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, when you have certain situations, you need to be, how do I say, or how the scripture say, you men, you need to render unto your woman due benevolence. You know what I'm saying? When she wants some, give her some, man. If she want to get piped down or whatnot, you see her walking around the house all in some seductive clothes and shit like that. First and foremost, she trying to turn you on. She trying to excite you. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be holding back from your wife. If she wants some sex, you should be wanting to give your wife some sex. All right. Now, there are limitations, like the scriptures say. It says, defraud ye not one another, except to be with consent for a time, that you may give yourself fasting and prayer and to come together again. So for you women, if your man don't want to have sex with you because he want to, it's the Sabbath or something like that, or like the Passover or something like that, or just he fasting, or he just trying to get his mind clear and straight with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He trying to concentrate on this, and you just want to walk around the house butt ass naked and shit. Like, yo, man, let this nigga have a little break for a minute. He trying to do some shit, get his soul back straight with the Lord and everything. So you need to concentrate on stuff. He can't just be thinking about them titties and shit, you know what I'm saying, all damn day long. And that's what, we visual creatures. We gonna see that shit and we gonna be, it's like a dog, a starving dog, or a dog anyway, when you show him a piece of meat or a bone. He can't help it. He want to play with it. A cat with a laser light. The cat can't help that he want to chase the damn light. You see what I'm saying? So a man, you can't help that the dog want to chase the cat. You see what I'm saying? That's just how it's going to be. So you women shouldn't be defrauding your men, except for in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And there are other situations, like a woman might literally not feel good that day because, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? She might have ate some bad food and now her stomach is unsettled and she don't want to have sex. Hey, man, for you men, if that's the case, man, hey, man, let her have that time to get herself back together. Likewise with you women. Your man come home from a hard day of work. He been sweating out in the field, paving roads and shit, or roofing and shit. He all hot and tired. He come home and you want to, have sex and shit like that. And he don't want to have sex that night. Hey, man, he don't got to have sex that night. If he tired or whatnot, he ain't got to go. All right. You should just let him have that. But at the same time, the scripture says, let the husband render unto his wife due benevolence. So there is a point in time like, yo, man, for you men, if your wife want to have sex, man, you shouldn't be cutting your wife off from sex, man. Please your wife, humble your wife down. You know what I'm saying? She's got a sex drive that has to be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be doing your job. All right. Same thing with you women. You women shouldn't get to a point in time where you stop having sex with your husband. All right. Look at these Edomite women. This is what's causing all these affairs with these Edomites. You know what I'm saying? The man might be at work all the damn time, working long hours, stressed out, whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They stopped sleeping together or whatever, whatnot. Or maybe the Edomite dude then gained some weight or became less attractive to his wife. Now his wife then got hot. Now she want to start fucking around with Jake or whatever, whatnot. All right. So because the man ain't sleeping with his wife, now the woman going out, to the gym, she got this new dude while he at work, she getting plowed down. All right. If that man was handling his business and sleeping with his wife like he was supposed to, she wouldn't be going out like that. All right. If a woman was at home getting plowed by her man, getting provided for by her man, she shouldn't want to have to go out and be getting plowed by another man. If she fully satisfied, she shouldn't want no another man. Same with you men. All right. If your wife is taking care of everything she needs to take care of at home, she got, food on the table, clothes is clean, kids taken care of, she giving you sex all the time. What the hell you need another woman for? Maybe, there are certain scenarios where you might want another woman because we designed like that and we created like that to have multiple women. It's not very expedient for you to have multiple women in this society, just like how it's according to our law. We're supposed to be putting homosexuals to death, man. You know what I'm saying? If our kids go off, we're supposed to stone our kids and put our kids to death. But we ain't doing that shit in this society. We know that'll get us fucked up over here, man. We ain't supposed to be doing no shit like that. So the same thing in this scenario, man. We understand these certain situations, but what? It's not, having multiple women, but it's not really expedient for you to have multiple women because you're going to have more and more calamities. Like we about to read here now, you're going to have trouble in the flesh with just one woman, let alone multiple women. All right. Wait till we get into the kingdom for all that. But then again, if the Lord put that on you to have multiple women, there's nothing wrong with that. You can't be sitting over here like, you going off, brother, because you got multiple women. Or you sisters can't be like, oh, you going off because you got multiple women. If the Lord bless that man with multiple women and he can handle that and control that, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. But nevertheless, and the flip side to that, you men, just because that's lawful for you to have multiple women, you can't be using that. Yeah, the Lord said we can have multiple women. So bitch, you better lay down and get down and die down, bitch. Nah, because see, the Lord will wind up giving you a bunch of wicked ass women and then you be the fell up out the truth, all because you just lusting after some pussy, man. All right, you men, you got to learn that it's a little bit more about just some, what I'm saying? The scriptures say we're supposed to get a woman for help meet. All right. And I always think about this nowadays because I didn't have my time going out where like I was literally like a fucking playboy. I had multiple bitches like in the world before I even knew I could have multiple bitches. Like I don't even want no girlfriend, bitch. I got 5 bitches on rotation. We good. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, there comes a point in the time where you done had just so much pussy. You get pussy all goddamn day. You done had pussy all kind of different ways. You like, all right, bitch, I need a bitch that can offer me more than some pussy because every bitch I come across, they gonna all give me some pussy anyway. So I'm gonna need a bitch that's gonna do a little more than just give me some fucking pussy. I need a bitch that's I can actually talk to it that's got some kind of depth to her mind a little bit. She ain't gonna be on the same par with me, but you need to be able to give me something a little more than just some sex. Cause literally nowadays, bitch, I can go on the internet and go buy me some sex, or I can go to these little brothels and buy me some pussy for the end of the night. You got to give me something a little bit more than that. If we having a conversation about something, can we talk about something deeper than the keeping up with the Kardashians and shit like that, basketball wives or whatever, whatnot? Can we talk about something a little deeper than that? Do you have a little bit of knowledge in that, or knowledge more than that? Can you tell me what's how do I say progressive, more or less, to say how to raise kids or the right way to raise kids? Can you tell me about building up something? Can I entrust you with part of my business? For if I give you something, can you go out there and flip that money for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm out here working for the so-called white man right now to get us this big ass check, but I'm gonna need you to take a portion of this, and I'm gonna need you to go out there and flip it some kind of way, not drug dealing or nothing like that. Let's start us a small business. I need you to go out here and start this maid service, a cleaning business. So, while I'm at work, I can fund this. You can go and get a little cleaning business. You can start cleaning the house. We can get us some more employees, and we can transition and start owning our own business. But you have to be the one to take that first step. All right. Just like when, back in the ancient days, your wealth come from your children. You have a bunch of children. Now your kids going out there working, they helping bring it back to the house. All right. Same with your woman. Can she be a helpmeet for you? Can she do things for you? Like in today's society, man, your man might be working, throughout the day, all damn day long and everything like that. And he might need you to go down and go file some paperwork or something like that. He might need you to go take this or go take that. Hey, look, I need you to take the car down to the dealership and have them change out this and change out that. I'll be working all damn day long, and by the time I get off of work, they already closed. So I ain't gonna have time. I'm gonna need you to take the car down to the shop to go get it fixed or whatever, whatnot. I'm gonna set you up with all the directions you need. I just need you to go and carry out this here mission for me. All right. You women have to be able to provide and bring something more to a man than just the box between your legs, man. If that's the case, then fuck it. We just gonna buy prostitutes all goddamn day. All you bitches ain't nothing but sex slaves. If that's how you want it, man. A man of the Lord want way more than just a fucking piece of meat. If that's like, we got something like that. It's called concubines in the scriptures. Nowadays we call them side bitches. Side bitches don't get to meet the parents and shit. They don't get their own car. They don't get all these different perks that our women get. And that's what you women don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You get different side pieces, man. These are concubines. We don't give a fuck about them. That's just some pussy on the side, man. You see what I'm saying? That's just some side pussy. But you women who want to be wives and stuff like that, you got to be able to, when we looking at you versus these side bitches, we got to see a difference. Because if you got the same thing to offer that the side bitch got to offer, the only thing she got to offer is her box. She just all I got to offer you is some pussy. All right. Now, if you so-called want to be a wife or a queen or a woman, you got to offer something more than your pussy. You got, like the scripture say, you're supposed to be a helpmeet, man. You're supposed to be help raising my kids. You know what I'm saying? It's a lock here. You're supposed to be help raising my kids, putting them on the right path, man. Sometimes I might not be able to do this and do that or whatever, whatnot. I might need you to be able to be my helpmeet. I can't be in all places at one time. You see what I'm saying? I need you to be able to take care of certain things, you know? I realize, you know, as an older man, you know, why I really would need a woman just by experiencing life, you know, working a lot of hours and shit like that and have to come home and do laundry and cook and just these small minuscule things, you know, just running to Walmart. Motherfucker, I just work 12 hours a day. I'm still about to go do some of the work of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Which that might run me an hour or two, plus studying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming home, I'm tired, and look, bitch, I just need you to go by to Walmart. I need you to pick up, me another pair of work pants because I ain't got time to go to Walmart right now. Well, go get your own work pants. Like, God damn, bitch, you can't be my fucking helpmeet. I'm giving you the money. You know what I'm saying? I need this for us to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I can go get it for my own, but I need that pillar of rest. I need to be able to, when I come home, thanks, babe. You done went out and got, this is one less thing I got to do. I ain't got to worry about rushing home after work and go put my work clothes in the laundry just so I can get back up. You know what I'm saying? Now, and then you want me to spend time with you, but I'm all busy doing all this and that. I need help, man. We the creators of this here earth. Men, we create the whole damn earth and everything therein. But sometimes we need help, you know, we need that assistant, you know, just like, prime example, man. This is the prime example of how men really need that help me, you know, when you watch that movie, Tony Stark, or what's this shit called? Iron Man, right? When you watch the movie Iron Man, you see how Tony Stark is, you know, really that's a representation of the men of the Lord, man. We like gods on this earth. We creating all this technology and everything like this to save, you know, what Tony Stark is doing is such a great thing for the small civilians in the world. Ain't nobody else standing up. You don't got 1,000 million Iron Mans rolling out. You only got one Tony Stark that's protecting all these other people. He's got such a big ass task in the world to do. He's the genius putting all this shit together. He's the one getting in the Iron Man suit fighting and getting shot at and all this and that. But guess what? Even though he got that dude, which his name was Obadiah, he got that one dude, you know what I'm saying, which is like his right hand man. His real assistant, his real helpmeet is what? That girl, Pepper Potts, you know? And when you see that relationship, man, that's a real down ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's not trying to get all the limelight or whatever, whatnot. She know that Tony's the star player, and she know that she, you know what I'm saying? He the football player on the team, and she just the goddamn water girl. But she know that her role is very important, even though she got such a small role. Yeah, he on the field making all the Super Bowl championship rings, but I know I got a small ass job. I'm just carrying a cup of fucking waters. She not getting her panties all up in a bunch, like, I ain't shit, I'm just carrying a fucking cup of water to this nigga. He the one, all the bitches falling over. No, you the one keeping this man hydrated so he can go out here and win these championships. People don't see this small minuscule stuff, but see, you really the backbone of all this. You helping him out when he thirsty and rehydrated. Instead, he worried about focusing on winning championship games and the next quarterback pass and everything like that. He don't need to be worried about, damn man, where can I find a cup of water? I'm kind of hot and dehydrated. All he wanted to be able to do is when he over there sweating, somebody just reach out with their arm with a cup of water before he even think about it. Oh, thank you. Here goes some water before I even thought about it, man. That's how our women should be to our men, man. Again, like I said, a man shouldn't be coming home like, hey, where the dinner at? Where the food at? Where my laundry at? Where my kids at? Why they ain't in bed? Why this ain't... A man shouldn't be coming home asking them questions like that, man. And for you women to be like, that's kind of weirded out. Just think about it. When you with your man, you're not asking him, y'all stay together, you're not asking him, so you're going to pay the mortgage or the rent this month? You're going to pay, pay the car note this month? My tire flat, you're going to go out there and fix that? See, you women be like, I shouldn't have to ask you all that. It should already be known. You're going to take care of all these things for me. The same way with you women. You're supposed to be our help me taking care of our house, all right? You're supposed to also do your womanly, your duties as a woman, like the scripture is saying right here, man. Give your due benevolence unto your husbands and also unto your wives, all right? It says, let me read this again. It says, verse 3, it says, or from verse 2, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let the woman have her own husband. All right, because you have a lot of these women now. They all up, especially like you women. You'll have a single woman, but a group of single women, and one of the girlfriends wind up getting a man. Right now, the girlfriends is telling the one girlfriend how her man ain't shit. Your man ain't shit. He always over here, this and that. Man, that's wicked. A woman shouldn't be talking about another woman's man and what they doing. That's their business. All right. Just the same way, you know what I'm saying? Men shouldn't be talking about another man in their business. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look what your bitch used to do, man. I got videos of your bitch. Nah, man, that's somebody else's property in their business, man. All right. Same with you women, man. You shouldn't be around your girlfriends talking shit to your one other girlfriend about her man, because it's really jealousy. You really want her man and things like that. All right. This is why they say, hey, man, let every woman have her own husband. It's not necessarily saying that all these women is having multiple men at the same time, but it's like, yo, you all up in, you know, your name Lisa, but you all over here in Tammy and Ross's relationship. Tammy, your man ain't shit. I seen him over here with Keisha and them and so on and so forth. You need to leave him. That ain't your husband. You shouldn't be talking on a relationship and the shit that they got going on, man. All right. So it says, let the husband render unto his wife due benevolence, and likewise the wife unto her husband. All right. Not just, you know, well, mainly with the sex. First and foremost, you shouldn't be, you know, hiding sex from each other. But nevertheless, you shouldn't be defrauding your husband or your wife a certain type of love. You know, you shouldn't have no woman like, man, fuck that nigga. I ain't washing that nigga clothes. I ain't cooking this nigga no dinner. He better get his own dinner. I'm cooking for me and the kids. This nigga better go get his own shit. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You men shouldn't be like, if you got you a woman, you supposed to take care of your woman first and foremost. If you're going to have a woman, that's part of your duty. That's your possession, your property. All right. Just like any other possession and property you got on this planet Earth, whether it be your car or some land, for your car, you got to make sure it's got a tag, license, and insurance, and oil change, gasoline on it, and it's all up to par to be able to drive it. You can't just have no car and take no responsibility in it. All right. They'll take your shit away from you. You can't have no house and not have the mortgage paid, not cut the grass, not keep the lights on and shit, because you'll get evicted and shit. All right. And those are your possessions, your property. You know, you signing over the title to it. You own that. Same with your woman. You can't have your woman not taking care of your woman. You know what I'm saying? Your woman over here asking Ray down the block for some money to pay her bill, her phone bill. This is how shit get out of whack. When you're not taking care of your woman, she gonna go find her a side piece. These women nowadays, shit, they got a man for every need that they want. This nigga fix the car for me. This nigga pay my phone bill. This nigga pay the light bill. This nigga pay the rent. And this nigga just give me some good dick on the side. That's the type of shit that leads to that. If you as a man was doing all you had to do for your woman, she wouldn't need all this extra shit. All right. So like I said, this here lesson is for building and understanding these relationship roles and your roles as man and wife and how you're supposed to be dealing and how these things lead to these different troubles. Because right now we all doing the opposite of everything that's written here, and we wondering why our whole lives are in calamities. All right. We forgetting that the woman is the weaker vessel. She dealing on emotions. But in this here society, like the scriptures say, I've created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall surpass a man. All right. The scriptures also say a woman should not usurp authority over a man. So you see, a woman ain't supposed to be ruling over a man, but in this society, the women are ruling over men. And then we wonder why we have all these problems. There's no fathers in the household to raise these children, to discipline them, and we wonder why we got all these monsters. All right, because why? We strayed away from these different things, and we wonder why everything is gone to hell. But if we come back to the righteous path, then we'll understand, oh, this is how we're supposed to move. Now everything is moving like a well-oiled machine. You know, you can't try to expect to drive your car and put water in the gas tank and expect for that to pop off. No, you need something like gasoline to combust, to give you that combustion to start your engine. You got to be able to put the right stuff in there, or put the formula together the right way to get the right, you know, the right ingredients together to get the right outcome. All right. You can't put a bunch of motor oil and some toothpaste together and expect to get a strawberry cake. That's not going to work out, but that's what we're doing right now. All right. It says, let the husband render unto his wife due benevolence, and likewise the wife unto her husband. The wife have not power over her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband have not power over his own body, but the wife. Why? Because the scriptures say a man should leave his mother and his father and be joined unto his wife, and they should become one flesh. They basically a unit. All right. Now, again, talking about the wife being in subjection under the husband, you got to have a righteous man. You can't be like, well, listen, bitch, I like eating fried chicken and you don't like eating fried chicken. Bitch, you going to eat this chicken today, bitch, because you in subjection unto me. Nah, man, you supposed to be, how do I say? You don't have power over your body and I don't have power over my body. We one body together. So the shit that we got to come to an agreement with certain things. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do all this and that, and you ain't trying to do all that. First of all, y'all need to be on one accord. Y'all supposed to be one body moving in one unit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing more beautiful than seeing these older couples and things like that so-called agree on everything, not because the wife is just agreeing on a man, but they already on one accord with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the brothers in the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have, you know, the brothers, we like serving the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So we all got that in common. It's not really a big deal for us with that. You see what I'm saying? But what if one of us didn't like to serve the Lord and the other one did? You You over here trying to force the other one to serve the Lord. Now they on the highways and the byways with you. Their face gonna be all screwed up the whole damn time. You see what I'm saying? That's not a genuine thing. You don't want to be with that person anyway. They doing it for a different reason. Same with these women, man. You don't want to be with a woman that's completely opposite from you. All right, y'all supposed to be pretty much in league with one another, agreeing to one another and certain things. So when you say, hey, you know, what do you want to eat? The foods that you suggesting are all foods that y'all both like. You know, you shouldn't be suggesting, like, if you got a wife, you know, the options are chicken, beef. Like, let's say I like chicken and beef, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, now if your wife, obviously we ain't supposed to be eating pork, but you know what I'm saying? Let's say your wife, let's say she don't like pork or whatever, whatnot. And you like, oh, we're gonna have some pork tonight, pork again the next night, pork again the next night. You're like, God damn, we always eating pork. You know, all right, here's a real example. I'm allergic to cheese, so I'm like, you know, I don't eat that shit. But for somebody to keep constantly cooking, you know, if my wife, you know, cooking every night with cheese and shit, like, damn, because you like cheese don't mean that I like cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, can't we agree on something? At least split it down the middle some kind of way. We all just doing one thing one-sided, all right? So, hey, man, the woman don't have power over her own body, neither does the man. You're supposed to be one. Y'all supposed to be in agreement with one another, all right? So it says, defraud ye not one another, except to be with consent for a time, that you may give yourselves to fast and prayer, and to come together again, that Satan tempt you not for incontinency. All right. So yeah, going back into the sex aspect, you don't want to be defrauding your husband or your wife, causing them to, you know what I'm saying, get these hormones built up, which is all natural. And then they want to go out and go find something else. You know what I'm saying? If you feed your kids, you know, I give you an example, right? You feeding your kid every day. You know, you feed your kid regularly every day. You know what I'm saying? Or you feed your husband every damn day at the house. If you cook for him every damn day, he don't need to go out to go get food from somewhere else. But now you mad at your husband because every time he come home, he got some KFC, some McDonald's, some Burger King, or all these fucking abominations, whatever. He coming home with all this fast food, and you wondering why this motherfucker don't ever eat at home because you don't ever cook, or you always cooking shit that he don't eat. You know what I'm saying? He's allergic to cheese or some shit, and every night you cooking cheesy lasagna, cheesy this and cheesy that. Man, nah, man, you got to think, you know, you can't be mad about that, you know? You got to come in on one accord with him, all right? Or the same thing, like with the sex situation. You, as a woman, can't be holding out, never giving your man sex and wondering why he trying to go find him a little side piece. Or likewise, you men not having sex with your women, wondering why she trying to get, you know, pipe down from Jake down the block, all right? So it says, verse 6, but I speak this by permission and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as I myself, but every man has his proper gift of the Most High, one after this manner and another after that. So like I was saying, you know, hey, it's wise for you not to even have no, if you single, it's wise for you to just to stay single first and foremost. It's best for you just to not have no woman or no man in this here time. You know what I'm saying? We about to be up out of here. I know it sucks because we not built to be alone. Like the scriptures say, you know, when Eve came around, Adam shouldn't have been alone. So he created her a helpmeet. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be inside of you not to want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? We weren't created to be alone. That's why when you go to jail, they put your ass in the hole. You don't have no contact with nobody else. People go crazy. You ain't created to be fucking alone. All right. So there's nothing wrong with you wanting to be with a woman or have a man or whatever, whatnot. Well, for you women to have a man and you men to want a woman, there's nothing wrong with nothing like that. All right. But nevertheless, it's wise. You need to discern the times and the things we in war. It's time for battle. All right. It's just like when you go to war, ain't nothing wrong with you having a woman and kids and stuff like that. But you don't need to be bringing your wife and kids to the battlefield while bullets and shit is flying. That's not expedient. You need to concentrate on the war before you don't have no wife and family to come back home to. All right. So it says, for I would that all you men were even as I myself, but every man hath this proper gift of the Most High, one after this manner and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and to the widows, it is good for them to abide even as I. So just, hey, if you unmarried, just stay single. But if they cannot contain, let him marry, for it's better to marry than to burn. All right. So again, like I was saying, you know, if you one of those type of people who can't, you know, you just always, damn, she got a fat booty. Damn, I want to get with her, or I'm trying to slide and get up in here, whatever, whatnot. Again, you know, all men are gonna have those desires, but nevertheless, if you just literally, you know, man, I gotta go to the bar tonight, I gotta go to the club tonight, I gotta go out tonight to go find me a woman to pipe down, and it's always, I'm chasing these bitches, I'm always looking for these bitches. It's best for you to just get you a woman, and basically, you know, you got your one woman, and now you, whenever you get horny or whatever, you just go pipe her down. You don't got to keep going out to these places and to the world, be around these damn wicked people, keep finding a woman every night of the week. You see what I'm saying? Because why? You lusting after all these different women. Some of these women could be married women. They could have a man or whatever, whatnot. You can start talking to a woman. You being around these women because you thinking with your dick. You just trying to get some pussy. You're not really thinking. You know, your vision is blurred. You know, so you dealing with these women that's married and shit. Now you know, because you don't have a woman in this, and biologically you know you getting horny. But see, now you getting, your vision blurred. You hollering at this woman that's married, and now you didn't got, the Lord put you to death for committing fornication. All right, you don't want that to happen. All right, you having all these desires and shit, you can't contain them. Nah, man, you don't want that to happen. So it's just best for you to get you a woman. Same with you women. If you women, you know what I'm saying, know you got a hot sex drive, and you always like, man, I gotta go out this weekend to go get piped down. You know what? It's best for you just get in a relationship. Get you a man and just humble down, put all that extra shit to the side and humble down. Because why? Let's just think about it in a so-called carnal sense. For you women that's doing that, hey man, eventually is, you got a hot sex drive. Again, there's nothing wrong with you getting dick down all day, all night. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's your one man. Now you doing this with a whole bunch of different men. Now look, you getting STDs and spreading this shit now. All right, your goods is all devalued, and no man want an old whore in the street and try to wife her up and make her a queen. You don't want to be that. All right. Continuing on, verse 10. And to the married I command ye not, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. All right. So basically, if you married, hey, y'all shouldn't be separating. You need to work your shit out. Verse 11. But if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. So again, if shit pop off, y'all can't stay together, all right, she can bounce, but she needs to remain unmarried, because according to the scripture, she ain't supposed to remarry anyway. That lot has been polluted. All right. Verse 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. Now this is going to go into a little different thing, So for you men of the Lord that's in this here truth, and you got a woman, all right. And now I say this like how it says, I speak as a man, not by commandment. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, this is actually in the scripture, which we're about to go through now. It's like, if you an Israelite, you a man of the Lord in this here truth, you ain't got to tell your woman about this truth at all, man. And it might be the best that you don't tell your woman about this here truth. Because why? A lot of the times when these women, they find out they Israelites and shit like that, first and foremost, because you a man of the Lord, any and everybody around you that can come in contact with you will and can be used against you in the court of the law, basically. You see what I'm saying? They vessels that's going to be opened up for what? These demons to come to try to sift you like wheat. You see what I'm saying? So what? You get this here woman, all right, and you teach her she an Israelite. You think that this is doing better, but what? Now she want to get all proud and try to cut you with the scriptures and shit like that. Now y'all arguing back and forth because you already know she don't know what the fuck she talking about. You know what I'm saying? But now y'all over here arguing back and forth because she thinks she on some type of level. All right, but nah, it's not, nah. But nevertheless, it says, but to the rest I speak not of the Lord, not the Lord, but to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. So again, if you're a righteous man and you just so happen to find a woman in the world, you know what I'm saying? She just feeling you or whatever, she think you all right or whatever, you just pick up this here woman, you know what I'm saying? And no matter what the shit that she in, she might be eating pork and shit like that. She might be into that Kemetic shit, Muslim shit, whatever, whatnot, now dealing with those types of women, you know what I'm saying? You still gonna have problems in the flesh because she might be trying to push that shit on you all the damn time, but you got to be strong enough to be like, nah, I'm straight. Nah, I ain't doing all that, whatever, whatnot, just don't be feeding me no pork or no shit like that. Just know I don't fuck with no shit like that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, she might be on some wicked shit, doing some wicked shit, but at the end all be all, you know what I'm saying? She, how do I say, you don't have to cast her away, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a woman that's wicked doing some wicked shit in the world or whatever, whatnot. But you a man of the Lord and the truth. You know what I'm saying? You might have a woman that, let me think, do some crazy shit. Whatever. Oh shit. All right. I'll give you an example. I know a woman, basically that's like, intertwined with me, more or less to say, right? But see, this woman be eating crabs and shit, right? Crab legs and shit like that. But she know that what my diet is. Like, yo, I don't fuck with none of that because why? It's in the Bible, more or less to say. But I'm not sitting over here pounding on her. Oh, you an Israelite, you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite. I'm like, hey man, there's a dietary law in the Bible. You claim that you wanted this and that. Check it out, it's right here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sitting over there just pounding it out into this person's face. Like, you shouldn't be eating these crabs. You shouldn't be eating these crabs, whatever, whatnot, Because at the end all be all, if y'all dwelling together, whatever, whatnot, if she pleased to dwell with you or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't just shoving shit down her throat or whatever, whatnot. Then, hey, man, the Lord actually can save her ass, all right? So let me just continue on because it's going to go into there. It says, verse 12, but to the rest speak I, not the Lord. But if any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. And the woman which have a husband have And the woman which hath a husband that believeth not, if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Like I was saying earlier, it's a great, gift for you men. All right. If you're not in this here truth and you got a righteous woman and she wound up showing you the truth, man, because hey, things could go down like that. But then at the same time, so for you women, all right, if you a so-called righteous woman or you into this here truth and you just so happen to be with Ray down the block, this drug dealing ass nigga, I mean, it would be wise for you not to be with that dude because, you already in the belly of the beast. You see these demons around and whatever, whatnot. It's not that safe. However, if he good to you, you know what I'm saying, and everything is all good and everything like that, again, we're not condoning that you stay with this type of person. However, if he's a non-believer, whatever, whatnot, but he so-called respect the thing that you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, my girl, hold up, my girl don't eat pork. My girl, she be into that Israelite shit, man. And my girl, she believe God is black. But I mean, I let her do her thing, man, whatever. That's my girl shit, whatever. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We out here in the streets, man. My God is money, whatever. If he respect you like that and ain't no real contentions like that and the things that you do, hey, man, you can keep dwelling with that man, all right? It ain't, unless you know what I'm saying, you ain't trying to be with him no more. You want to be with a righteous man. That's fine and dandy. Same with you men. You got, you men, you got a woman and your woman is, you know what I'm saying, doing some crazy shit, eating pork, going to her mama and them fish frying shit like that, eating catfish and all that extra shit, man. Hey, man, but you an Israelite, you a man of the Lord, and she know, that you got your own situation. When he go to church on a different day, he be with these brothers and they be doing all this extra shit. He be with that other shit, but I don't be fucking with him. When you go talk to some of these older jakes, I know a couple older people who was like this, where the husband and the wife, they went to church, 2 different churches. He got his so-called religion, she got her religion. They don't even fuck with it, talking to each other about their little differences, but they both love each other, He got his thing and she got her thing, and they both respect each other on that thing. But what? It's not commanded to them to be sitting there, oh, he don't believe the same shit you believe in, y'all got to get rid of each other. Nah, y'all both doing right by each other, and y'all both kind of in line. He ain't choking you the fuck out or nothing like that. He's not believing in the cult where he got to be killing his wife or, choking his wife out every night to please his God, and your God is like, nah, we not with that. All right. But nevertheless, continuing on, it says, and the woman which hath a husband that believeth not, if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. All right. So like I said, if you got a woman that's so-called righteous, she trying to do right by the Lord, wrapping up her head and not eating pork or whatever, whatnot, and she got a boyfriend and she with her, whatever, whatnot, but they actually good together on just a carnal sense. They vibe together and everything, but he got his flaws, like he a drug dealer and shit like that. He be killing folks on the blocks or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But he do good by her and she do good by him, and she believing, you ain't necessarily got to leave him. Now, if you compelled to leave him, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You can get with a man of the Lord, you be all right. But nevertheless, let me just keep reading. Verse 14, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now they are holy. Because why? The scriptures say 2 gonna become one flesh. Y'all become one body. Y'all bound together. All right. It says, and if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such case, but the Most High hath called us to peace. All right. So like I said, homegirl got a drug dealing, dope boy ass boyfriend or whatever, whatnot. They pleased to dwell together. That's fine. You see what I'm saying? Like really, he'll wind up, if he in that state where he respect the shit that she do and is different than him, it'll probably start rubbing off on him. Like, damn, she actually, you know what I'm saying, is doing such and so forth. Let me try that out. Let me try this out. Maybe I'll change my diet. Maybe I might not call myself an Israelite, but I'll stop eating this here pork. You know what I'm saying? Things like that might start changing. Might have a character change. But nevertheless, sometimes, let's say the dope boy just like, you know what, I want me another bitch. I want a different bitch. I don't want to be with you no more. And he want to leave. Fuck it. He can leave. It's not really, how do I say, he's not gonna really die off or nothing like that because he's so-called left a woman that's in this here truth, because he don't believe, he's not under that damn bondage. He's basically gonna die because he's a 2/3 anyway. You see what I'm saying? But nevertheless, same with you men that have these women, if your woman ain't in this truth, she don't know about this here truth, and she wound up leaving your ass or whatever, whatnot, she just going back into the world as a 2/3. She was better off with you because she was sanctified through you, but now she back into the world. I mean, she's not by law, well, you was with an Israelite, man, you got to keep all the Israelite customs now. Nah, I mean, she's just going back into the world, back into her lot as a 2/3. Like I said, she was better off just dwelling with you because then she has some kind of hedge, but now, it ain't no hope for her, all right? Verse 15, it says, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such case, but the Most High hath called us to peace. For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband, or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? But the Most High has distributed every man as the Lord has called every one, so let him walk. And so ordain I all churches. Is any man being called circumcised? Let him not become uncircumcised. Is any called is any called in uncircumcision, let him not be uncircumcision. Circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing but the keeping of the commandments of the Most High. So it's just talking about, keeping, dealing with the law. But nevertheless, well, let me read the next verse. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. So you a man of the Lord, right? The Lord called you to be a man of the Lord, a prophet, to go preach his word, to keep his law, statutes, commandments. And you just so happen to run across this here chick that's feeling you from out in the world. She don't even know about the Israelite movement and none of this here stuff. You know what I'm saying? But look, you don't have to get this here woman and subject her under the law, statutes, commandments. Look, bitch, you got to wrap your head up in this and that. We all going off first and foremost, and we on this here side. We not going to be perfect on this side. And plus, you trying to convert her to be a righteous woman. Bro, look, it's hard enough to convert these men to be righteous men, calling the elect. If they not of that number that way, or that's not going to be their lot, that's not going to be their lot. So you can't just be trying to push that upon somebody, especially if they're a non-believer like that, all right? So it's not... but at the same time, you do have to be cautious about this thing, because you could get with somebody who's a non-believer, but they in their own beliefs, but it's heavy in their beliefs that they have to try to convert you. You don't want nobody to try to take your crown away from you and convert you away from this. Somebody trying to pull you away from this, that's when there's a problem. You need to get away from that person, all right? You need to cut that limb off. There is no problem if you with this unbelieving person, but they respect the shit that you do. All right, they'll be like, you know what, this nigga, you might have some friends in the world or whatever, whatnot, who respect the shit that you do. Like, oh, that's preacher man over there. He always preaching on how the white man and the damn devil and so on and so forth, But they're not talking to you crazy, like, man, fuck, don't go around that nigga crazy. But this was your best friend in the world, you know what I'm saying? But now, but the flip side is now you had that same best friend that was in the world. He's still your same best friend in the world, but now you just know, like, yeah, this nigga, hey, You don't want to talk about this shit around this nigga, because this nigga gonna start preaching and shit, talking about how the white man and the damn devil. And I really don't want to hear that shit right now. But that's my partner though. I love my partner though. The same way with you women or you men, you know what I'm saying? You have an unbelieving husband or an unbelieving wife. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it might be best for you not to even let them know about this here truth, because then you have more and more problems. If they happy to dwell with you and they respect and honor you for who you are and your character, that's good enough. All right. So it says, verse 21, art thou called being a servant? Care not for it, but if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. For he that is called in Yahweh, being a servant, is Yahweh's free man. Likewise, also, he that is called being free is Hamashiach's servant. All right, so, first and foremost, we got to, let me read verse 23. You are brought with a price, but be not ye the servants of men. All right. So what? At the end all be all, you need to focus on, like I said, the Lord and what the Lord got going on. So you don't want to get with a man who's trying to convert you up out of, if you're a woman, you don't want to get with a man that's trying to convert you out of this here truth. All right. You're going to be a servant of the Lord. Your position is to be serving the Lord at that point in time. All right. Because your man is not a man of the Lord. He's not serving the Lord. You can serve your man in the carnal sense, but in a sense of you have to, you need to be eating this here pork, bitch. Nah, you need to refrain from that, because why? You a servant unto the Lord. He bought you with a price, so you need to serve him first and foremost. All right. So it says, verse 24, brethren, let every man wherein he be called, wherein abide with the Most High. Now concerning virgins, I have no commandment of the Lord, yet I give my judgment as one that has obtained mercy of the Lord to be faithful. All right. So we talking about these virgins, these young women who are these single women, more or less to say. All right. Non-married women. Technically, a virgin in these days would basically be a woman who ain't had sex. But when you talk about having sex consummates a marriage. So they would be married versus unmarried. All right. Not just women who's having sex with all these different people. If you're just a woman having sex with different people, according to the scripture, that's not necessarily a woman. That's just a whore. All right. You have a virgin, a woman who was untouched sexually by a man. She ain't never been married. All right. Then you have that's a virgin. Then you have a woman/wife. All right. Well, basically you have a wife. All right. Is a woman who's married unto a man. You have a widow is a woman who was married to a man and her husband died. And then you have a whore, is a woman who's sleeping around with a bunch of different men. All right. There's really no such thing as a woman in the scriptures other than basically a servant. And really that would be a wife. All right. Other than that, you got a virgin, which is a man's daughter who's unmarried. You know what I'm saying? You got whores who's going around jumping from rod to rod. And you got somebody's wife or a widow. You somebody's wife, you getting pounded out, but by your husband. Or you're a widow, you had a man, but he dead and now you single again. All right. But it says, verse 25 again, now concerning virgins, I have no commandment of Yahweh, yet I give my judgment as one that has obtained mercy from the Most High to be faithful. I suppose, therefore, that it is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man to be so. Art thou bound to a wife? Seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. So, hey, like I was saying earlier, in the same token, man, if you single, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with wanting a wife or wanting a woman, because it's designed inside of us. That's a desire we're going to have. We was programmed like that. But necessarily, in this here time, you know, you in the middle of a battlefield, it's not really expedient for you to sit there and be trying to go polish your boots in the middle of a firefight. It's not really expedient for you to try to go get a woman in the middle of a battlefield. All right. You need to be worrying about trying to get out the battlefield first, get up out the fight first. Then you can, go into getting you a woman and relaxing and things like that. All right. So that's why it's not super expedient to sit there and try to go get you a woman if you don't have one at that point in time. All right. Or vice versa. If you got you a woman and everything is already going well with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Everything is all fine and dandy. You got your wife or whatever, whatnot. You got your regular problems. You got your relationship, whatever. But now you come into the truth, all right? And then again, you find out your wife ain't on par with you because you didn't came into the truth first and she ain't found out. Again, you don't need to be banging on her, trying to shove this down her throat, all right? You can't be looking at her because she eat pork and you don't eat pork no more, or she doing some wicked ass shit. Like, yo, first of all, if she pleased to dwell with you and you kind of pleased to dwell with her, other than the fact that she's not following this Israelite doctrine, you shouldn't be trying to seek to divorce your wife. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be trying to seek, you and your wife having problems in the flesh, whatever, whatnot. As long as it's not nothing big, super big, like your wife wants you to sit there and go get another man and have another man plow her out while you watch. That woman, you want to get away from her, right? But these other women who, y'all just arguing here and there, whatever, whatnot, just the regular shit regular couples go through and shit like that, and she nagging or whatever, whatnot. Like I said, first and foremost, you got to understand this woman ain't righteous, man. All right, not saying that she wicked, but she under curses, just like how your ass is under curses. All right, so just like how you women say, well, he can't provide for me the things that I really want him to provide. Yeah, because he under these curses. He the bottom and the white man is the head. We the tail, he the head. So we're not gonna be able to give you all the shit that you really want because we fucked up right now. Same way how this woman ain't gonna give you all the peace that you want because she fucked up under the curses right now. So your wife is gonna be nagging you and this and that, and she gonna be, so on and so forth. But other than that little small minuscule shit that you go through in any relationship, if y'all straight on a larger picture, you shouldn't be trying to seek to divorce your wife because, yeah, man, I became an Israelite and my woman was going off. She was wicked. She was eating this here pork and all this stupid shit, man. I got to leave this stupid bitch. No, man. You like, yo, man, just keep dwelling with your wife. All right. It says, but if thou married, thou hast not sinned. Hold on. Verse 27. Art thou bound to a wife? Seek not to be loose. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. All right. But if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she has not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. So like I'm saying, look, it's best for you not to get married. It's best for you not to have no woman and stuff like this or a man in this. But if you do have a woman or if you do have a man, it's not, you're not sinning. All right. If you got an old lady, you're not sinning. All right. Now, if you start giving this person way more time than you're giving the Most High, that's where you're going off. That's the trouble that you're getting into. Now your woman is nagging you, whatever, whatnot. Do you think you found out the truth, or you getting distracted, or she always tripping that you got to go out to the highways and the byways, or you always studying and reading? These are the type of troubles you're going to get into, nagging and things like that. All right. But nevertheless, it's not a sin for you to have this here woman. It's not a sin for you to want to have a wife. It's not a sin for you to want to have a family and things like that. But these are the things that's going to cause you trouble in the flesh. Hey, Jacob's trouble coming down. You running and all this and that. You got to carry your kids or whatever, whatnot. They screaming, they scared. These might be causing you trouble. Or, you got to work X amount of hours just to, let's say, whatever, you have all these different things that come up because of the fact that you got to take care of your wife and your kids. These things could give you trouble in the flesh. But ultimately, that's just a warning to keep you from falling. Look, I ain't saying what you're doing gonna get you fucked up. However, you know what I'm saying? There's a possibility that things might not end off well with you. You ain't breaking no law by doing this. I'm just telling you, like, for example, it's not against the law to try to expose the government for doing some crazy shit, calling out certain things like these celebrities calling out the Illuminati. It's not against the law to do that. It's just not wise. You see what I'm saying? Because they're going to come down on you and then you're going to have all these calamities and shit. You was better off just not saying nothing about it. All right. So that's the same thing here. Like, you got a woman or whatever, whatnot, that's not in this here truth. Hey, man, you shouldn't be trying to seek to get away from this woman. Now, if this woman doing some crazy ass shit, and you'll understand what it is. Your woman trying to bring another man in the bedroom and have you watch them get plowed out or whatever, whatnot. She want to go into some homosexual shit. She trying to have your kids be homosexuals and shit. Then you want to get away from this woman because that's really a detriment to your spirit, man. That's some shit that gets you all really, really bugged out. You have to be able to understand that level and that limit. But as far as just some regular little petty shit that you got, And I say regular little petty shit, like, because, like I said, a lot of times you come into this here truth and you putting way more burdens on your back than really need be. You know what I'm saying? You might come into this truth, oh man, my woman don't want to be an Israelite with me. I told her about this. She want to keep eating pork. Oh, we're going to all get put to death. Nah, man, see, you worried about over some, you know, you worried about the wrong shit, man. Hey, that's minuscule. You stay in the truth. You going to be her head. She can keep eating that little bullshit, man. All right? It would be better if she didn't, but hey, the Lord can have mercy on her through you and your children the same way. All right? So let me keep reading. It says, verse 29. All right, let me go back up to the top. Verse 28. But if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. But if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. All right. So the same thing going on with these young women and stuff like that. You know, you're gonna be having trouble in the flesh, keeping your how do I say, not your conscience, but your mind focused on one thing. All right. Let me go down. 29. It says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as they had none. All right. Because why? You know what I'm saying? Well, let me just keep reading. It says, and they that weep as they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as they possess not. And it says, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passes away. All right. So let me see if it breaks it down here. All right, let me just keep reading on down. I'm gonna go back and re-break this down. 32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried cares for the things that belong to the Lord, that how he may please the Lord. But he that is married cares for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. There's a difference between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman cares for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy, both in body and in spirit. But she that is married cares for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. All right. So going back up to the top, it says, you know, about these women, you know what I'm saying, being married and stuff like that. Hey, when you marry, just like I said, one of the reasons why I don't want to be with a woman, you know, or why I know it's not expedient is because why? These are distractions sometimes. I might just want to go out, hang out with my woman, spend time with my woman. I might be spending too much time with that. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, a man is thinking about how he gonna please his wife, provide for us, because that's what's inside of us, pleasing our wife and stuff like that. Same with you women. You think it's built inside of you to please your husband. You thinking about this and that instead of serving the Lord. But you women, you already understand. You know, you can take this in the carnal world. All right, a man that's in the world who don't have a so-called old lady, whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He can focus more on his college, school work, his basketball training, whatever he's in. But one that's got this woman all the time that's always wanting to go out on dates, go to the movies and stuff like that. Now he waking up late for practice. He all tired for practice. He ain't going here and going there. So his performance is slacking. All right. So these are the things that's going on. This is what happens when you have these men or your wife or your husband like that. Sometimes you wind up getting a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a woman or a man. And then now you just all the time going out with them. You don't never spend time with me. You always this and that. Let's go out here. Let's go out there. Now you're worried about pleasing each other more than the Lord. All right. Verse 35, it says, and this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you. All right. So we're not telling you this, that you should just stay away from her. This is bad or whatever, whatnot. Nah, this is more or less to warn you and help you. It says, and I say this, and I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, that you may attend unto the Lord without distraction. So like I was saying, you ain't gonna have no distractions in this. You know what I'm saying? You ain't worried about, you know, when you come home after your long day of work, you can, you know, dedicate your time unto the Lord. You ain't got to worry about coming home, pleasing your wife, spending time with her, cuddling up, watching Netflix or whatever, whatnot, you know, so on and so forth. And now you're too tired to go dealing with the Lord. You ain't got those distractions. Same with you women. All right. You constantly watching the videos and this and that. You got a man that's in the world and you constantly watching other men on the videos and getting edification and reading. They're going to feel some type of way. They're like, man, why are you spending more time with them than with me? You see what I'm saying? Verse 36, but if any man think that he may behave himself uncomely towards his virgin, if she pass the flowering of her age and need so require, going into where they talk about when they be condemning us about dealing with these young children, but it's talking about when she reached puberty. That's her biological clock telling her she a woman. All right. It says, let him do what he will, he sinneth not, let them marry. So if you got a young, a young chick that you're trying to be with, you know what I'm saying? Or you and your old lady, y'all trying to be together. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all can go ahead and do y'all thing. Verse 37, nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart, having no necessity, but have power over his own will, and have so decreed in his heart that he will keep his virgin, doth well. So, if you don't want to Well, let me read 38. So that he that giveth her in marriage doth well, but he that giveth her not in marriage doth better. So whether you want to get married, it's not a sin. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, you want an old lady, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you abstain from that, you know what I'm saying, you just rock it all the way out to the end, there's nothing wrong with that either. That's even better. You see what I'm saying? Verse 39, the wife is bound by law as long as her husband liveth. But if her husband is dead, she is at liberty to marry whom she will, only in the Lord. But she is happier if she abide after my judgment. And I think also I have the spirit of the Most High. All right. So, I done went on way too long. But nevertheless, I wanted to just touch on that because like I said, I know a lot of people coming into this truth, they stumble with these things, and all kind of things, but it's a growing process. So we all have to be taught on certain things. We have to be taught, be brainwashed again. We have to be born again. Because we was brought up over here thinking of how we were supposed to be raised up over here, how things are supposed to go down. Oh, a man's supposed to do this with his wife. A woman's supposed to do this with her husband. You know what I'm saying? If a woman don't want to, have sex with her husband, she don't got to have sex with her husband, and vice versa. But I'm like, all right, but you see the outcome of what happens. A woman don't want to have sex with her husband. He go having sex with all these other people. Now she crying about this affair. Well, if he was giving him what his due benevolence, he wouldn't be doing all that. Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So. And also with you brethren or whatnot coming into this here thing, and you might be coming into this Israelite thing on one side, and you trying to clean your life up, stop eating pork and doing certain things like that, and honor the Sabbath. But your wife, she ain't with all that. She ain't hearing all that. And now you thinking y'all having trouble in the flesh. Yo, you're not having no trouble in the flesh. You just playing out your role with how things are going to be. This is how it was written, all right? So these words was written, the things written aforetime was written for our learning and our understanding, to comfort us, to edify us. So these things is letting us know, look, you're not really going off, man. If your wife is, you in this truth and your wife is bugged out or she into some crazy shit, man, hey, man, just you keep believing as long as she's pleased to dwell with you. She love you for who you are and respect you for who you are and not really, blaspheming and coming up against the Lord or nothing like that. You straight. Vice versa for you women. If you, like I know I got a lot of women watching my channel and things like that. If you got men that's, not coming into this here truth or whatnot, just like in the world, a lot of the Christian churches are filled with so-called black women. Some of them women actually have men in them churches, but the men don't ever come to the damn church. But what? They be pleased to dwell together. They still live together. They still married for so many years. But the husband's like, bitch, I'm not down with your religion. That's some stupid shit anyway. However, I love you for who you are, and I respect the shit. I know you going to church this Sunday. I respect all that, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The same way we do it in the world, it's the same way how we can do it here. You see what I'm saying? The Lord know that we all fucked up. We under curses. So everybody not going to be righteous. Actually, let me close on that. All right. So when we get into, well, I'm going to read one more scripture after this. But nevertheless, once we get into the script, the kingdom, everything's going to be made righteous. We just got to duke it out in this last little bit, these last little moments of our captivity, But then everything's going to be righteous. Let me read Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous. Well, let me just get here. It says, thy people shall all be righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my plant and the work of my hand, that I might be glorified. All right. So, in that point in time, all of our people are going to be righteous. You shouldn't be really worried about the wickedness that your wife is, the small wickedness that she's doing. Not talking about this big wickedness. You coming home and your wife wants you to be cool with her getting plowed by 100 different dudes and you videotaping and watching. That's a wicked woman that you need to separate yourself from. However, if your woman, you ain't told her about this, or she says she gonna keep eating pork, she don't want to wear no head wrap, she don't want to follow the Israelite stuff, that's fine. It's fine and dandy, man. You keep standing in the truth and you hold your, keep your faith. Hey, man, she'll wind up being saved through you. The unbelieving wife gonna be saved through the believing husband, and vice versa. If you women that's out there in this truth, and you dating a man that's not into this Israelite deal that you got going on, but he respect your hustle, respect what you do. He ain't really banging on you on that type of that part. Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with you dwelling with him. You see what I'm saying? If y'all please to dwell with one another, y'all actually like each other for who y'all are, but y'all got different so-called religions and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that, But if he try to pull you up out, man, look, you don't need to be watching the men in them dresses or whatnot. You need to come up out of that. You need to, man, bitch, ain't nothing wrong with eating pork. All right, see, he trying to take your crown. So look, and really he breaking the heads for both of y'all. So you want to, how do I say, rid yourself of that. But like the scriptures say, if possible, hey, dwell alone, because you're going to have trouble in the flesh. But if you don't dwell alone, you happen to get a woman or whatever, you're not going off. But just know you're going to have trouble in the flesh. But this is all scriptural. And like I said, these are just warnings. It's not saying that you sinning like the scripture says, hey, I'm not telling you just to condemn you. It's just basically to give you this here warning. All right. So with that little warning, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. All right. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, I can push in this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.